Australia's next Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, will swear on Monday after retiring Prime Minister Scott Morrison admits defeat in Friday's elections. Albanese, 59, is a centre-left politician who heads the Australian Labor Party, which will establish the government for the first time in about 10 years after winning a parliamentary seat. The Albanians live in Sydney, one of Australia's largest cities, are Catholics, fathers and owners of a dog named Toto. Here are 5 things you need to know about the new Australian Prime Minister. 1. Humble beginning. Albanese grew up with his mother in public housing in the southwestern part of Sydney, according to his online biography. After earning a bachelor's degree in economics from the University of Sydney in 1984, he was elected to the Australian Parliament in 1996 and represented his hometown of Grindler. Albanese upheld Australia's first law granting homosexual couples the same rights as heterosexual couples. He served as Deputy Prime Minister in the second administration of former Prime Minister Kevin Rudd, who was inaugurated in 2013. Albanese said in his Saturday victory speech, "I hope my family is watching this in public housing tonight. Because we want all parents to be able to tell their children that the door of opportunity is open to all of us, no matter where you come from." 2. First Labour Prime Minister since 2013. Albanese, who became leader of the Labour Party in 2019, is the first Prime Minister since 2013. The Labour Party came into power under Rudd and Julia Gillard from 2007 to 2013. Albanians have focused on issues such as climate change, making childcare more affordable and expanding government-sponsored medical services. In his victorious speech on Saturday, Albanese said, "Australian people voted for change, promising to make positive changes every day." The Labour victory was widely seen as a referendum against Morrison, who admitted that Morrison could become a little bulldozer before the election and needed to change. 3. Attend the Quad Summit. Albanese will attend the so-called Quad Summit in Tokyo on Tuesday, along with U.S. President Joe Biden, Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. According to the Associated Press, Morrison conceded the race, even though millions of ballots were still counted, as it was imperative that Australia send leaders to the summit. The 4 countries are forming a new security partnership in the Indo-Pacific to counter China. The 2 leaders are likely to discuss issues including the expansion of Beijing's South China Sea, including the construction of artificial islands and naval bases. Trade Minister Dan Tehan, who will retire, told Sky News Australia that it was absolutely essential for Albanese to attend the meeting. "It has never been so important to have a geopolitical strategic environment in the Indo-Pacific for our future." 4. Climate advocate but cautious about coal. Australia has spoken frankly about climate change as it suffers from climate-related natural disasters, including a scorching wildfire that burned millions of acres of land, beginning in 2019. However, Albanese has stated that it will not phase out coal and, in contrast to the Greens, which won a remarkable victory in Congress on Election Day, does not intend to phase out coal. According to the Sydney Morning Herald, Albanese and Labour are hesitant to counter the coal industry after being defeated in the 2019 elections after being defeated by a combative rhetoric against the coal industry. However, the Labour Party is behind aggressive climate change measures, such as reducing carbon emissions by 43% from 2005 levels by 2030. Australia is also one of the world's top producers of both coal and gas, facing the demand to fight more deeply with emissions and fossil fuels. 5. Promise of unity. In a victorious speech, Albanese said his team worked every day to unite Australians, and "I will lead a government worthy of the Australian people." However, it is unclear whether it will be governed by a majority in Parliament or relying on a coalition government with the Greens and the Independent Party. Albanese has promised to hold a referendum on the creation of an Indigenous advisory body to Parliament during a 3-year term. The Labour leader also thanked Prime Minister Morrison for his speech, saying that the retiring Prime Minister wished my health very gracefully.